Okay, the Pakistan team for the Asia Cup has been announced. Remember, they also play ODI series versus Afghanistan, so it's going to be pretty much the same squad. We'll run you through the squad. No surprise, Babar Azam is their captain. They've got someone like an Abdullah Shafiq, who I'm a bit surprised has been picked for this team. He's only played 3 ODIs, if I'm not mistaken. Average is just about 9. So him making it to the team is a bit of a surprise. Fahim Ashraf, I'm going to go one by one.
Right.
Fahim Ashraf, left-hander, big hitter. I think he's going to play the pinch hitter's role. I know that he started off his career as wanting to be a fast bowler, but now is a very handy lower order batsman. Fakhar Zaman, I think one of their mainstay. We all know what he did in the final of the Champions Trophy to India, but again, one of their consistent performers. You know that he can really turn it on with the bat when he wants to. Haris Rauf, you heard it very recently. I think Dinesh Karthik's the one who said that probably one of the best fast bowlers that you have in the world when it comes to white ball cricket. We keep talking about Shaheen Shah Afridi, but Haris Rauf too. Of course, Indian fans would remember him for the 6 that was hit of him by Virat Kohli in that T20 game. Having said that, he did have a great game, barring that particular over that he bowled. Iftikhar Ahmed, another big hitter that they have. He has a specific job of coming as a lower order, middle order batsman who comes and then whacks the ball out. So if you're looking at that 20 ball 50, 20 ball 60 sort of a knock, that's the batter who does it. The only criticism that comes his way that he doesn't do it very consistently, but then it's a high risk, high reward sort of a batting that he does. Imamul Haq, he's one of the favorites of Captain Babar Azam. So no surprise he's there, but he's also a consistent performer. There was a time where he went through a bit of a lull, and at that time there were question marks and even questions raised about his proximity to the Pakistan captain, but he finds a spot there. Mohammad Haris, the backup wicketkeeper that Pakistan has, because who's going to be their main wicketkeeper? I'm going to jump the queue. That's going to be Mohammad Rizwan. All of you remember him as an opener in T20, but in one-day cricket, Rizwan is usually number 4. So Rizwan is definitely going to start. Mohammad Haris is their reserve wicketkeeper. Mohammad Nawaz is the other one that they have. Very handy all-rounder. We remember him for that last over he bowled to the Indian team in that Melbourne humdinger of a game. Ended up on the losing side. But having said that, I was there at the Asia Cup. He was one of the X-factor players for Pakistan, not just with his left arm spin, but also with his batting. So very handy batter.
I think it was the second game in which he played a vital knock. The second match that Pakistan won. He was the one who was the difference maker then.
Yeah, with the bat.
Yes, with the bat. With the bat.
That's true.
We were here.
This one we've already spoken of. Mohammad Wasim Jr. We just saw him in the emerging tournament. Was he there?
No, he was part of the World Cup, wasn't he?
No, just now when they were playing the emerging series, wasn't Mohammad
I
Wasim
am not
Jr.
too sure if Mohammad Wasim Jr. was part of that squad.
Okay, I have a feeling that
the one player who was over there was Tayyab Tahir, and we remember him for scoring that 100 of just 66 balls. Tahir was that guy.
So they have actually looked at that emerging
age because Harris also was the leader of that side, remember?
Yes. So he's come, but he was always expected to be.
He was always expected, yes.
But Tahir comes in. Mohammad Wasim. So that's what I'm saying. From the emerging Asia Cup, the team that won the tournament, beating of course India in the final. Some additions that you see, Mohammad Wasim Jr., one of them, who was bowling in that tournament, wasn't very impressive in the first India game. But he gets in, of course, because Pakistan won, so he gets in. Naseem Shah, we all know, can be really quick when he wants to be,
and can be a swinger ball as well. Yes,
really gets the ball to move. Been playing consistent cricket for Pakistan. Another match winner that they have. There is a fast bowler from Swat who is expected to be in the team. Can you just confirm that name, because that is that one bowler that everyone was looking forward to. He's the all-rounder, correct, and as we mentioned.
Thoughts on the man here?
Thoughts on the man. What do we say about this guy? Babar power is what we're saying. Just take a look at his numbers in ODIs. He's played 100, 5,089, average of 60. Second fastest to 2,000 ODI runs. What do you say about Babar Azam?
Run machine.
Run machine. But then there are critics who say that
flat tracks.
Yeah, flat tracks. Zain Babar.
That's fine. That's fine. They say that for a lot of cricketers,
No, but
what?
he's the man in form.
But having said that, even if does every batter get 100 on a fast track, on a flat track? May not necessarily be a fast track, but a flat track. Does everyone give you 100? Babar averaging 60. Imperious form that he's always been in.
Man to watch out for.
Absolutely.
Man to watch out for. Babar Azam and his team, in fact. Again, one other thing that they've done, Pakistan announced their team well in advance. India, if you're waiting for the India squad, it will take another week or so for the India Asia Cup squad to be announced. For Pakistan, pretty much clear as to what is the kind of team that they're going to take with them. Just to refresh your memory, what happened the last time around that we saw. This I think is a bit of a typo. This is India versus Pakistan in Asia Cup 2022, the last time that they met. This was a league match. India beat Pakistan by 5 wickets, and then Pakistan exacted revenge in the next game in the Super Fours, where Pakistan won by 5 wickets. We were talking about that knock that Nawaz played. So this was, and then India did not make it to the final of that tournament. Pakistan did, though Sri Lanka ended up being the winner. So that was the last Asia Cup. But there's a big rider there, and that rider is that this was a T20 format Asia Cup. This is the last time there was a 50 over Asia Cup that was played. That was the previous edition before 2022. And that was the 2 games that were played. What happened? This Asia Cup in 2018. Remember, this Asia Cup was also played in the UAE. In that league match, India won by 8 wickets, and in the Super Fours, India won by 9 wickets. Also, so dominant Indian.
In case you're wondering why the formats changed, let's also quickly refresh you. 2018 was the Asia Cup. 2019, you're looking at the 50 over World Cup, which took place in England. So that's been the format of the Asia Cup. Whichever is the upcoming ICC tournament, the tournament sort of molds into that particular format, which is why you had the 50 over format over here, the Asia Cup, and this was the 20 over format last year, because as you all know, just a month after this got over, you had the T20 World Cup, which took place in Australia.
So if Ihsanullah
misses out.
The express bowler, Ihsanullah. From Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So Ihsanullah is the one that I actually expected, because Pakistan do take a lot of fast bowlers with them, and I was, every time I see a genuinely quick fast bowler, I start researching about him. But I think they've got enough.
They've got enough firepower.
The one other player they haven't picked is Haris Sohail. I know his last few games, I think he played the New Zealand series, didn't get runs, but he was another one that they could have factored in. But Haris Rauf, the fast bowler, of course, makes it. So does Mohammad Wasim Jr., so does Naseem Shah and Shaheen Shah Afridi. So there's a good pace battery that Pakistan has.
And a couple of very good spinners as well.
Yeah, Shadab is there.
Interesting to see if they, much like India, what are they thinking? We'll obviously get a sense of that in the Asia Cup. But they can they play Nawaz and Shadab both plus that pace battery? Not sure.
No, they have played.
But
I think that's
again,
what they've gone with. They have played the 2 spinners.
They did it in the in last year's T20 World Cup. Some might want to rethink that decision.
But nobody plays more than 3 fast bowlers now. They'll play 3 fast bowlers.
They've got plenty, but they'll only be going with 3. They won't go with 4.
But they can go with 4. As I'm saying, because both their spinners bat so deep, they're proper batters, that it will not really affect, in that sense, your lineup. But that's a balance. I mean, whatever said and done, where Pakistan find themselves right now is a better position to be, because they have a problem of plenty, as in balance will not be a problem, unlike India where they are struggling at the moment. So last few results that you've seen in T20, it was even Stevens, but one day totally skewed in favor of India. But remember, this is 2018. The Pakistan teams completely changed since then. They weren't very stable or that competitive. They've now become much better. India during this time was a very stable ODI team. But now that stability is lagging. So it's going to be an interesting matchup between India and Pakistan. So just to refresh your memory as to what are the games that will be played in Asia Cup, India versus Pakistan. They have a group game that's on 2nd of September. So mark your calendar, 2nd September at Kandy in Sri Lanka. That's the first game. And then a Super 4 game, assuming the teams make it to Super 4. You would expect they will make it. So that's on the 10th of September at Colombo. Which is in Sri Lanka.
Could be a third match as well on the 17th of September. But that's the final.
I'm not saying that because I went for the last Asia Cup, and that's what we kept saying, 3 India-Pakistan matches.
I'm just saying, yes, these two look like a...
Format is ODI.
Yeah.
You know, ideally, even that time, India-Pakistan should have played the final. But they did not. I agree that the maximum chance of a final happening in the Asia Cup should be an India-Pakistan final. So you will get your third game that you're so hoping for.
And in the ODI format, you can be a little more confident, let's say.
Yep. Final. Is this the final slide, Shane, that we're looking at? Just to let you know, because you've not been following Pakistan cricket, I'm sure all of you mostly looking at India closely.
There's so much.
But I'm sure there'll be some who watch a lot of Pakistan cricket. Just to let you know how Pakistan is done in 2023. We've just looked at this calendar year. They've played 8 ODIs, won 5, lost 3. This looks good on paper, but here's a reminder. All those 8 ODIs were played at home. So all 8 ODIs they've played at home, and interestingly, all 8 were played against New Zealand. Not at the same time. They played 2 series at home versus New Zealand. One at the start of the year and one very recently. The first one, I think they lost 2-1, but the next one they won 4-1. So overall, they stand a very good record. So this is their recent record in ODIs only. So India versus Pakistan, can't wait for it. You already know the squad, which is this. Let us know what you make of this particular squad that they've selected. First glance, and we've done a deep dive into their players and what each player offers. On first glance, this looks like a settled team to me. This looks like a team that's been playing continuously a lot of cricket, and just as you need an ODI cricket squad where people offer multiple things, in terms of batting as well as bowling. So that makes them a very good squad.
Arav and Akash are asking the same thing. Is it true that India's squad will release after KL Rahul's fitness report?
So we were going to be doing a detailed video on KL Rahul and his fitness very shortly. So you will find out. It's going to come up in the next 5 minutes. But just to let you know that India squad, I'm just going to tell you when India squad is going to be announced for Asia Cup next week. And before that, you'll also know KL Rahul's fitness. If you want the details, see the video that's going to be coming up.
Saturday, we're looking at this weekend. This weekend is when you expect that big update to sort of surface. But yeah, hold your breath.
Don't get the whole video out.
Yeah, not the entire video, but yeah, hold your breath. Hold your breath. There is more details that we'll share with you. So just hang on there. We're going to be back. Shane Dias is going to be joining you. He's going to be revealing all the details with regards to the KL Rahul injury update, what's to be expected, what not, and when, of course, can you look at the India squad for the Asia Cup. For now, that's all the time that we have. Or do we have more questions?
Questions? Are there any questions?
Mr. Fact is asking, who is the first player on the top left?
Abdullah Shafiq.
I gave you a full brief on him. A bit surprised that he made the squad because I think, if I'm not mistaken, top of my head, he played 3 ODIs he's played. 3 ODIs, averages 9. Just 3 ODIs, averages 9. If I'm not mistaken, I checked. Yeah, that's correct. 3 ODIs, an average, a top order batter and right-hander top order batter. 3 ODIs and scored 28 runs in that. So averages 9. He's had a very good test career in 14 test matches. Averages 50. He's got 1200 runs. So that's impressive. T20Is also not that great in 6 T20Is. He's only got 64 runs in the 6 innings. So he's averaging 12. So his white ball form hasn't been outstanding. But as you know, recently as well in the test series, he's been very, very good in test cricket. So maybe they're hoping that he replicates that form that he showed in test cricket here. But if you're joining us late, we've done a very detailed analysis on each of the Pakistan players. Do check the start of the video. For the moment, from
Sridharan S is saying no Shan Masood. He was part of the
I agree.
No
Shan Masood also, I'm a bit surprised that he's not made it. Haris Sohail didn't make it. Shan Masood hasn't made it.
Also, I'm forgetting one more bowler that they had in Asia Cup last year and they've not included him this time around. He was not that. Hasnain.
Yeah. So, but apparently Hasnain's been going for a few runs in the T20 cricket that he has been playing, the franchise level cricket, which is why I named that other quick bowler from Swat, Ihsanullah.
Matta Express.
Yes. So he was actually being looked at the guy who replaces Hasnain.
Hasnan.
Yeah, they're genuinely quick. But I think the kind of fast bowlers that they've got now.
Even a good pace battery. See, you've got Mohammad Wasim Jr., you've got Naseem, you've got Harris, you've got Shaheen, and yeah. So again, you've got 4 good, very good fast bowlers here in the ranks over there.
So Akash is hearing from somewhere that India will take a year in Australia ODIs, not in Asia Cup.
Possible because Shreyas Iyer right now is not even fit to play a practice game. So Shreyas Iyer does seem a little further away to fitness as compared to KL Rahul. But I'm not giving you KL Rahul details. You'll have to wait for the video, which is going to be coming up on Sports Today very shortly. But here's another tea that at 7 p.m. when we do our dugout is going to be India versus Pakistan. How are the two teams looking at the moment, and which team seems to be in a better position in terms of their squad, in terms of their 11, in terms of the roles defined when it comes to the Asia Cup. I know it's a few days away, the Asia Cup, but it starts this month, and India-Pakistan is on 2nd September, and today they've announced their team, India hasn't. So that's, I think, the most relevant topic. 7 p.m. we're going to be live and discussing India versus Pakistan and just trying to compare the two teams. For the moment, from Harshit and I, bye-bye, see you.